This is a chicken nugget, and today I'm turning them into rare gemstones from the Middle Ages. Don't ask questions. It was an idea I had, and I have to bring it to life. First, I went and picked up a 10-pack of nuggets, and then brought them home. Now, since we're going to be molding these, it's important you pick the best-looking ones. But any of those busted ones you can go ahead and eat, because the rest are getting molded. Now, before we work with these, they need to be cooled to room temperature. It may be boring to wait, but it is so important for this DIY. Eventually, it got down to room temperature, and I grabbed my favorite product, TotalBoat UV Cure Resin. You can see how rough and porous the outside of these nuggets are. And if we pour silicone on this, it's gonna go into all those holes, eventually just fusing the nugget to the silicone. So, using UV Cure Resin, I put a healthy amount on top of each nugget, and then instantly cure it with a black light. This is why I love this stuff. The only way it's gonna cure is under UV light. So my goal here is to take this forbidden honey, make the entire nugget smooth and glossy. I then spent the next hour coating the entire other side of the nugget. But thankfully, I have a UV curing chamber which looks like a nightclub, but it's just a giant black light so I can do them all at once. So now essentially we've got this like candy outer shell, except it's not candy, you can't eat this. All right, now it's time to make our mold. For this, I'm using an old box. Using a hot glue gun, I sealed up any cracks in this box. Silicone has a tendency to find openings and just go full force, so we need to block those. Next, I brought the box outside and hit it with some Ease Release 200. This is a mold release. It actually will prevent the silicone from fusing to the box. Then using hot glue, I attached all the nuggets to the bottom of the box, leaving a little bit of space between each one, and then closed off all the unused area because we don't need silicone going there. This is a 1-for-1 mixed silicone. It is super easy to use. Whatever I do with part A, I pour the exact same amount of part B, and they are different colors, so when mixing happens, as long as it goes to a nice light blue, you have an even mixture. Again, looks delicious. I don't know why DIY stuff looks so tasty. You definitely do not want to be eating this stuff. Once it's been fully mixed, I pour the silicone in one spot of the box and let it slowly cover all of the nuggets. Now, the stuff I'm using will actually cure in 45 minutes. 45 minutes later, I came back and this stuff was solid. Notice how it comes right out. Ease release. Next, we remove the nuggets and we have left behind a silicone mold of chicken nuggets. All right, now it's time for the resin. For this, I'm using TotalBoat Thick Set Fathom. No surprise, I use this stuff for almost everything. It is a 2-for-1 mix, but the mixing cups have a nice, easy guide for this. I then mix it for 2 minutes, and then I separate it into 6 smaller batches. We're gonna tint each one of these to a different color. Next, using some resin tints, we dyed them all different colors. And then we filled out the mold. Now, TotalBoat Thick Set Fathom will take about 3 days in this mold to fully cure. But the trade-off is I can do this all in one pour. It's basically a deep pour resin, so it's perfect for DIYs like this. While those were curing, I called up one of my favorite leather artists, Ethan Carter, and I basically told him I needed a leather chicken nugget case. And instantly he was down. He actually never questioned it. He's like the best. He's insanely talented. And then he got to work. Now, I don't want to reveal this whole DIY process because he's got a video on his profile of him making this. All right, back to the nuggets. 3 days later, they were fully cured and ready to be removed. I then brought them outside to do some post-processing to smooth out any of the pouring spout area. Next, going back to that beautiful UV Cure resin that you know I love now, I cleaned up the section that had been roughed up from the sandpaper and smoothed it all over. Once that was done, I then coated all these nuggets one more time in a very thin layer of this stuff. It's gonna give it this beautiful shine, making it look like glass or a very valuable gemstone. Tell me this doesn't look like a sapphire nugget. It's gorgeous. I then let them out in the sun for about 10 to 15 minutes on each side. By this point, a package from Ethan Carter showed up at my door. I gotta tell you guys, he's the most detailed and professional artist out there. He's got his own stickers, his own packing tape. He tossed in a few goodies too, which is awesome. Like this Nintendo Switch Joy-Con made entirely of leather. And that wasn't it. He also put in an X-Acto knife made from the leather of a vintage baseball glove. I absolutely love this one-of-a-kind stuff. But now it's time for the package we've been waiting for. The leather nugget case. Look at that. Are you kidding? Look at this. On the front, we decided to go with thy nuggets just to fit the old medieval slang. On the inside, I asked an AI image creator to make a medieval McDonald's logo. And Ethan actually put that into the design. It's so good. It's in fact so much better than I thought it was going to be. Like, Ethan, your work's incredible. And here we have some medieval gemstone nuggets, fit with a leather case as well. Check these out. We got sapphire, we got emerald, we got a bunch of other fun ones too. Be sure to like and follow for more fun DIY projects like this. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.